Hi, this is Stephanie Manley. You know me from copycat.com. Today I am working on my Learning to Cook series where I'm actually cooking through my old home economics book from junior high. I recently found it and I thought this would be a great way to teach others how to cook. So today we're making popovers. And if you've never had popovers, they are a wonderful type of light and airy roll. And they're so delicious and they're very easy to make. For this recipe, you're gonna need eggs, you're gonna need flour, milk and salt, and a little bit of nonstick spray. You're also gonna need either a muffin pan, or if you have one of these popover pans, you can use one of these, but if not, you know, a muffin tin will do. So we'll go ahead and get started with these. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna break our eggs into a bowl. I'm gonna take my egg, I'm gonna hit it on the counter, and then I'm just going to separate it like this. And why I'm doing it this way is so I don't get any shells in there. Then I'm gonna go ahead and put my egg into the bowl. I'm gonna go ahead and do that again. Again, this recipe has 4 eggs in it. Okay, and the reason why I empty it each time is because if you get a second egg in there and you get a piece of shell, now you're fishing out a shell from 2 eggs. So it's easier just to do them one at a time. All right, the next thing we're gonna do is I'm going to measure 2 cups of flour and I'm going to sift that into my bowl. So when you measure flour, you always want to spoon your flour into the container. You want to do that so you get an even result each and every time. Come back by with a knife, level it off, and put that into your sifter. So this recipe requires 2 cups of flour. Okay. The next thing we need is about 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So we're just gonna put this in with our flour, and then we're gonna go ahead and sift our flour. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add in 2 cups of milk. And we're gonna whisk this together. Now it's gonna be a very runny batter, so don't expect it to be like a biscuit where it's nice and thick. This batter is very thin. So while you're stirring and whisking this batter together, make sure that you occasionally scrape the sides of the bowl. You want to make sure that most of the lumps are out of the flour before we actually pour this into the pan. So now it's time to go ahead and grease the muffin tin. So I'm going to spray a little bit of nonstick spray in each one. And again, if you have a muffin tin, please use that. It'll work just fine. All right, and now I'm going to use like a little ladle to make sure that I get these filled properly. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna fill these about halfway up, and they'll pop up about this high or so, and that's why we call them popovers. So now we're going to fill these up about halfway, and then we're gonna pop them in the oven. Okay, so now that these muffin cups are filled up, we're gonna go ahead and put them in the oven and bake them until they're golden brown. So we've taken these popovers out of the oven. You can see how nicely they popped up. They're beautiful, they're nice, light, and airy. Popovers are very easy to make, and I hope you give this recipe a try. Please give this video a big thumbs up here on YouTube and let me know in the comment box down below what recipe you'd like to see next. Thanks for watching.